Do you prefer to live in a city or live in country? I prefer to live in country. Firstly, I want to work in my hometown. Secondly, country's air is fresher than city's air. Thirdly, the life in country is less competitive and it is peaceful. For example, after graduating, my sister decided to work in her hometown with a high salary which afford to cover her life's expenses. Instead of living in the city, she must cover everything which is expensive. Do you prefer to live in Vietnam or live abroad? I prefer to live in Vietnam. Firstly, I don't want to live far from my family and my friend. Secondly, I want to work and live in Vietnam. Thirdly, when I live in another country, I think I will have many difficult problems which I can't have help from my family because I live far from them. For example, my friend has studied for 3 years. She felt sad many times. She ran into trouble and she lived far from her house. After that, she came back to Vietnam because she wanted to live near her family. She was jealous with me when I lived in Vietnam. Do you prefer to eat at home or eat out? I prefer to eat at home. Firstly, eating at home is safer than eating out. Secondly, eating at home helps me save money. Thirdly, I want to eat with my family. For example, my brother ate out for a long time. After that, he complained about eating out was expensive and not safe. Finally, he decided to eat at home with his family. Do you prefer to live with your parents or live separately? I prefer to live with my parents. Firstly, living with my parents, I feel safer. Secondly, when I have any difficulty, my parents usually give me advice. Thirdly, I hate loneliness. For example, when I studied at university, I must live separately. I felt unsafer. I felt unsafe when I ran into trouble. When I needed advice from my family, they didn't stand by me right away. So I decided by myself a lot of things. It was difficult for me. Do you prefer to get up early or go to bed late? I prefer to get up early. Firstly, getting up early is good for health, such as it makes my brain more conscious. Secondly, I like fresh air in early mornings. Thirdly, getting up early, I will do a lot of things. For example, when I was a child, I have a habit which is get up early. At that time, I felt strong and comfortable. It made me focus on working, and I also do a lot of work more.